everyone, welcome to Hey Rick Live. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've been looking forward to this week. I've been looking forward to this week. We've had so much fun putting together this week's episode. In fact, we've been filming this week's episode for more than 3 months. But this week is a little different. We're going to do a few different things. In fact, we're going to introduce 2 new segments, that being News of the Week and also Question of the Week. Last week, I did say at the end of the show that if you have a question about Bali, you can email it through to bali@ricksgroup.com.au, whatever your question may be. And if you're lucky, we will include that as Question of the Week. And if you get chosen as Question of the Week, you are going to receive yourself 2 free tickets to the ATV activity up in Ubud, complimentary of the team here at Hey Rick Live. So, without further ado, let's get the show started with our first new segment, which is What's Happened in Bali this week. Welcome to News of the Week here, coming direct to you from Bali. It has been a very interesting week in the news, and actually every week here is very interesting, and we know you at home are interested in what's happening in Bali. So this segment is all about keeping you updated with the comings and goings of Bali. So first off the cap is the dreaded Nipah virus. Bali's international airport has tightened biosecurity screening as concerns grow over the potential spread of the Nipah virus. Now, a lot of this concern has got to do with the travellers coming from India because that is where the virus was located. The airport officials say enhanced monitoring, including multiple thermal scanners at key arrival areas, are being used to detect passengers with fever or other symptoms. The measures are part of a broader coordination with Indonesia's health ministry and quarantine authorities to prevent the virus from entering the island. Passengers showing symptoms may be referred to local hospitals for further examination, officials have confirmed. So far, no Nipah virus cases have been reported in Bali, but authorities say proactive screening is crucial to the protection of both tourists and local communities. A good news story, I think this one's fantastic. So elephant riding has been officially banned across the island. So Bali has officially banned elephant rides as part of a major step towards animal welfare and ethical tourism. The decision comes after increasing concerns that elephant riding causes physical harm, stress, and long-term health problems. Experts believe that elephants are not naturally designed to carry heavy loads on their backs. So under the new policy, tourism operators are encouraged to shift towards observational-only activities, rescue centres and sanctuaries that focus on rehab, conservation and education rather than entertainment. So with this move, Bali joins a growing global effort urging travellers to choose responsible, cruelty-free tourism that protects wildlife. Rubbish that we know here in Bali is a big concern this time of the year, January, February, when the tides have changed. A lot of the rubbish comes across from other islands or the surrounding islands and does wash up on the west coast of Bali. And if you have been following along my social media, you would have seen all of the rubbish that has rocked up or been washed up on Kuta Beach. However, President Prabowo Subianto has urged the Balinese government to take stronger action against mountain waste problems on the island, especially on its beaches. Speaking at the National Coordination meeting, Prabowo highlighted concerns that Bali's litter-covered shores could harm the island's vital tourism industry. He called on local government authorities to involve students from elementary all the way up to high school in regular cleanup efforts and stressed that waste management should be practical and sustained, not just ceremonial. Prabowo also said the central government stands ready to support waste management initiatives and emphasised that tackling pollution demands cooperation from schools, communities and officials alike. This next story is a common story that we see across Bali. I still don't understand why this is still happening, but a Ukrainian woman has been sentenced to 20 years prison for drug smuggling in Bali. The Dnipro District Court ruled that Katerina Vakarova must also pay a fine of 1 billion rupiah after attempting to smuggle more than 2 kilograms of synthetic drugs, known as blue sapphire, into the island. Judges stated the sentence exceeds the prosecutor's demand and represents the maximum penalty under Indonesian law, citing the serious danger posed by the narcotics, which are comparable to methamphetamine and cocaine. Bakarova was arrested at Bali International Airport in August 2025 after customs officers discovered 6 packages of 4-CMC hidden in her suitcase. The court emphasised that the harsh punishment aims to deter future drug trafficking in Indonesia. Now, if you are interested in drugs in Bali or learning what the Indonesian law says about drugs in Bali, I've just written 2 books. In fact, you might be interested in the second book as well. The first book, What Happens When You're Arrested in Bali, and the second book is Drugs in Bali. So these 2 books are free for you to download. We'll put a link in the show description somewhere. You can download them, you can read them, and you get an understanding of the seriousness of drug laws in Indonesia. Well, friends, that concludes News of the Week. I hope that fulfilled your little wondering mind about what the hell is happening in Bali this week. In fact, share a little story with you. A little while ago I went to Sulawesi, and Sulawesi, we just shared with you that new cave painting that was discovered 67,800 years old, being studied by Griffith University. This, my friends, is a little seashell. Now this seashell I found and I collected from a site that has cave paintings dating back 5,000 years ago in Sulawesi. In fact, it took us about an hour to get there. We went down the river on a boat. We then did this whole ceremony at the end of the river boat festival, and we walked off into the jungle. When we got into the jungle, we came across this cave formation, and inside the cave formation were cave paintings that do date back 5,000 years. But not only that, they had in there shells everywhere. And the shells are from the time when the sea actually came all the way up to this point or this village and is now retracted back about 30 kilometers. So this shell, my friends, is pretty old. It's pretty old. And I was able to collect it and take it with permission, of course, with permission. And I now hold on to it, and it's just a little memento, a reminder of how amazing this country of Indonesia is and how much there is to actually see, not just here in Bali, but on other islands as well. So next time you're coming to Bali, think about visiting Sulawesi. So on to the next segment. Now I do have to warn you, this next segment does have something very confronting when it comes to animals, okay? We are going to look at a segment, it's a very cultural story, it's a cultural driven story, it's called Potong Babi. And this is part of the Galungan festival where the pig is sacrificed for the Galungan festival. It is a very big part of Balinese culture, and we were lucky enough to be invited along with a family to go up to Tabanan and experience the whole Galungan festival. So this, my friends, is the first part of it. It's our cultural story of the week. In Bali, preparing for Galungan goes beyond prayers and offerings. It's all about coming together. This is Mebat. It's a shared ritual of slaughtering and preparing a pig, carried out collectively by families and neighbours. From the early hours of the morning, the homes of the Balinese come alive. You can feel the energy here. There's laughter, there's conversation, and there's many hands at work. Everyone has a role to play. Young, old, no matter what your status is or no matter what your position is. This isn't just about food, it's about connection. For Balinese Hindus, the slaughtering of a pig is not simply preparation for a meal, it's a spiritual act. Galungan speaks to an eternal struggle, the triumph of Dharma, which is goodness, over Adharma, which is the darker pull within us all. A battle every culture understands. A battle every person understands. This ritual isn't about perfection. It's a reminder that discipline, restraint, and balance don't just appear. They're practiced again and again and again through conscious choice. Each step becomes yajna, not an act of indulgence, but an offering. A gesture of respect to the higher order that gives life meaning and asks something of us in return. From the tradition of Mebat comes food rich in both flavour and meaning. Dishes like lawar, satay lilit, and urutan, all seasoned with basa ganep and are prepared slowly, carefully, and with intention. Some of these dishes are offered first in ceremony before even reaching the table. Only then are they shared, eaten together, and passed hand to hand among family and neighbours. Here, food is more than a part of the celebration. It becomes an expression of gratitude for life, for community, and for the simple act of coming together. The tradition of Mebat carries values that still matter today. At its core is Menyamwa Briaya, the idea that community comes first, that people are bound by their shared responsibility, not just blood. In a world that's changing fast, this ritual quietly reminds people where their strength comes from. It comes from showing up, from working together, from respecting what was passed down. Through Mebat and through the celebration of Galungan, culture isn't simply remembered or performed, it's lived. In real time, by real people, one shared moment at a time. It's pretty heavy. But that is part of the Balinese culture, the sacrificing of the pig. And I'm like, if you haven't seen that before, that is very confronting, I understand. But if you have seen that before and you understand the reason behind it, there is a sense of beauty to it. Now, a big thank you to the family that allowed us to come out and celebrate Galungan with them and bring our cameras and film that very sacred part of Balinese culture. On to the next part of the show. This, my friends, is our villa of the week. Now, this villa is very special because it's not just a normal villa that you're going to find in Bali. This particular villa, it was designed and built for those with accessibility needs. So wheelchair, mobility needs, anything like that where you need a little bit more assistance and you're looking for somewhere to stay in Bali. Over in Sanur, there's a villa called Villa G, and that's where I'm going to take you now. So, friends, this is our Villa of the Week. Hello everyone and welcome to our Villa of the Week. I have come all the way across to Sanur today, all the way across. I talk like it's a million miles away. It's only a 30-minute drive from Seminyak in heavy traffic, but I've come across to Sanur to meet Farah and learn about their accessible villa that they've developed called Villa G. This place is designed for those that have mobility problems or challenges, those that are in wheelchairs, those that are a little bit older and just need to think about their mobility a little bit more than normal. And I've been told it has been designed to regulations that would rival those in Western countries. So let's go in, let's go and meet Farah, and let's go and discover Villa G.
Hello, welcome to Villa G.
Everyone, Farah, everyone say hello.
Come in.
Let's go have a look. Tell me about this room.
So this is our biggest room in the villa. This is where most of our disabled wheelchair user guests stay. You see there's so much space. You
There
can
sure is.
wheel around and into, obviously, the start of the show, the bathroom with all the equipment.
This bathroom is
Definitely-
fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It has so much space. It's his and hers, of course. This one's lower for the wheelchair user. They'll wheel in, their knees are like below this. This is perfect for them. You don't find this in many villas in Bali because it's usually like a cupboard or something. So we had to renovate this especially to fit their needs. Some people do like it lower. But you see here, this is a shower wheelchair. They use this hoist to move the person from their wheelchair to the shower wheelchair. You can get it wet and stuff like that. And it's super easy for them to shower in the wheelchair. Usually they'll have a carer, or if they're by themselves, it's quite easy to do that as well.
Why do you think places don't think about accessibility here in Indonesia?
I think here it's just not as common. Like, not many people get to see these people in wheelchairs. They're not familiar, or they don't really have a family member in a wheelchair, so they don't consider these things.
I was thinking about that last night actually, and I was thinking, so for example, in Australia and other countries, it's legislated, the government says to build a building, it has to be inclusive of those that have accessibility needs.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't seem to be a thing here because it's on my mind. If I go into a villa or if I go into a hotel, I'll look at it and go, well, it's not really accessible. And it doesn't seem to be an option when you book things, you know, if you have that. So what made you think of these little things like ensuring that you can fit under there during the renovation?
Well, because like disability is so close to my family, this is a small run family business. My dad is disabled. His first wife was disabled in like an electric wheelchair. And those things just come so naturally to us because we're so familiar with it. Wherever we go, it's like, oh, dad's not gonna be able to go through this. There's like a lot of steps. It's just not gonna be easy. We usually have to try to think of another place. And that's the type of barriers we want to eliminate for people who want to have an easy holiday, you know, and not have to stress about like, I can't go here, I can't go there, I can't do this. Just want to make it easy for everybody.
Yeah. Do you have like a vehicle as well that's open to guests to have, or to rent from you, or to like with drivers and so forth?
Yeah, we know a company for this villa specifically because of its location. It's super ideal. We thought that it's easy for them to just kind of wheel up to the main road. The mall is there, easy access to the beach and everything. We don't exactly provide like the shuttle service in this villa, but we do in the other villa that we'll get into. But we provide complimentary airport accessible vehicle for those who stay with us like 7 nights or more. We do have a minimum stay of 7 nights, but yeah, we have those for them, and we'll get them in touch with our guests so that they go on day tours and stuff like that.
Tell me about this beautiful bathtub. It's got the hoist to get people in and out, obviously.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, straight away you can tell it's a lot lower than usual. Yeah, tell us about this.
It's obviously closer to, you know, you're in a wheelchair, you're seated, it's closer to you, but this hoist has a sling attached to it. It slips under you when you're sitting on the wheelchair, hooks you here, lifts you up and plops you in there. And the same thing to lift you up into your chair, into your bed. This is a mobile hoist that you use literally to move you into your bed, out of your bed.
Oh, so you can take that from room to room in the villa?
Oh yeah, it's portable, it has wheels.
That's fantastic. And these bathtubs you got specifically made at this height?
Yeah, I think it was to accommodate for all, to be honest, for the disabled and their like family, and pretty general bathtub.
Yeah, great. I mean, it's beautiful. It looks like it's marble, but just being in this bathroom, I think you've done an amazing job. Everything from like the super wide doorways to get into the bathroom, the non-slip mats, the tiles look like they're non-slip as well, which is very rare to get non-slip tiles in bathrooms in Bali. But the way it's all just so open and I guess accessible, you really seem to have thought of everything in this particular room.
We try to, yes. We obviously taken a lot of feedback from our guests as well, and not just wheelchair users. We obviously think about everyone, their families, and if they're not wheelchair users, they're elderly, they would have advantage of like the grab bars, getting out of the toilet, just showering. It really helps everybody.
Yeah, but it's not just like wheelchair users. We have people that, I mean, they could have hurt their hip or done their knee, or they could just be, you know, they could be in a state where they just need that extra assistance.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like a lot of people, when they come on holiday here, actually they come able-bodied and they get into accidents doing like surfing, all these crazy stuff. They're like, I'm on holiday, I'm gonna do crazy stuff. And they call us up and they go, do you have room for me? I'm in a wheelchair now and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, we do have a place for you, in fact.
Yeah. I think the first thing I notice when I walk in this room is how much space there is from the doorway to the bed, on the other side into the bathroom. I mean, tell me about that in your planning and everything that's, I guess, accessible within here.
Yeah, of course. People appreciate the space, especially if you're in a wheelchair with your family. There's at least going to be 2 people in this room, one in a wheelchair, one probably a family member. You want space for your suitcases as well. And the most important thing with this room is to have space under the bed, always very important, because like we said about the hoist, to pick you up from the bed in the morning, bringing you to the bathroom or something, it needs to be able to slot under there and pick you up as close to you as possible.
Yeah, I guess that's something, I mean, as an able-bodied person, I wouldn't think about.
No, you wouldn't. You would probably have a bed that's like straight down to the ground. You would stub your toe, you wouldn't even think about it, you know? And here you would not stub your toe because there's a slot under
There's a space, yeah. I've stubbed my toe so many times.
I know, I do too, and you're like, ah.
And I guess like the wardrobe seems to be, things are at a different height. It really feels very inclusive, and it's like that. Unless it's on your mind, you don't think about it. But now we're here talking about it, it's very much on my mind. And because we've been researching, and it really is a gap in the market here in Bali, that there's just not a lot of accessible accommodation providers. I have got told today by someone from our socials that there is an accessible hotel being built, and we'll probably look at investigating that too. Because I think
that's good to hear, because you're right. There is a gap in the market. I feel like we are in a very niche market just because that's how little it's looked at. I think it's overlooked. It's I wouldn't say untapped, because people are starting. You know, like they're doing the renovations in the pavements. Now it's a bit better for wheelchairs. I hope so, because it was terrible before. And San Nur is, a place for the elderly, and people want accessibility. Like, don't even think about Canggu or Seminyak. Like, those places are much less accessible. So
you can't. You can't. I mean, you bring up an important point about Canggu and Brawa. I mean, I often walk up there. I live in Seminyak in Legian area. Even that's very difficult for getting around. They have some footpaths, but you need to step up.
It's a big step, right? It makes no sense if you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah, so these whole logistics of building infrastructure in Indonesia just isn't. Do you think, is that because there's not a lot of people with disabilities, or is there not a lot of people that can afford wheelchairs? What do you think it is? Because it's just like even over in Java, I mean, I don't expect you to have the question, but I mean, the answer, but from your perspective, even over in Java and Sulawesi, I was looking, it's like, it's just not accessible. Everything seems to be difficult.
I can assume that it's because people cannot afford like being disabled. I know that from like my family in Java and the neighbors, when people get a stroke or something, they're immediately disabled, but they will stay in their house, in their beds, because they cannot afford a wheelchair, they cannot afford these treatments, and you just become, like
bedridden.
Yeah, bedridden.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's how it stays that way with most families here, because they just can't afford it.
Yeah. The second room we're in also feels very accessible. You can see you've got big wide doorways into the room, into the bathroom. The bed again is like quite low, but I've noticed that it's not as wide between the other rooms. Why is that?
It's just the arrangement we did for the room. That room is bigger. This is narrower, but it does fit for the wheelchair users. We follow a regulated width. Like other accessible accommodations, they follow the same width to make sure that the standard size of wheelchairs fit. And we have measured, and it does fit.
It does fit. Yeah, great. So really, if there was multiple people in multiple wheelchairs, you could definitely be. And then, so if there was multiple people in multiple wheelchairs, so you could have 2 people or even 3 people, you've got that mobile hoist. that can come into the room.
Yes.
Yeah, but all the rooms are the correct size to fit a wheelchair.
Yes, 100%.
So when people are booking with you, take me through that process. Do they tell you what they need, what their, I guess their challenges are, what disabilities they have? How does that work?
Yeah, usually they are very upfront about it because in our names it says accessible village, accessible Penyaringan, so they know what they are looking for, and they'll say, hi, I have MS, I have MD, I'm in an electric wheelchair. Can you tell me more about your stuff? If they don't already read it from the website.
Yeah, I can imagine you get pretty heavily booked up.
Yeah, in the summer seasons, like in 2026, we're already getting pretty filled up in the summer. With disabled people, they like to book in advance because they want to be prepared for where they're going. It's not like us, we can book very last minute and it's very easy, everything's going to accommodate to us, but with them they want to be precise and like, I want to make sure I want to be able to like get in the bed and stuff like that.
That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Do you provide like a video of the place for people to see, or what do you provide?
Yeah, we have a lot of images, we have a lot of virtual tour that I've done throughout the whole place to show the beds and everything like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Let's come have a look at this bathroom. This is a great little bathroom too. Accessible bathroom. Tell me there's 3 sinks there, so tell me about that.
Yeah, so the first sink is obviously for the wheelchair user. You can roll in and make sure your knees don't hit the cupboards. This is for the family member because it has those cupboards underneath. You won't be able to wheel in. We kind of just left the third one there because it's...
You're the sink. You're the sink. Yeah, you're the bathtub. And I guess that the hoist, the mobile hoist, can be moved into here as well.
Yep.
It's great. It's so refreshing to see this because I mean I stay in a lot of villas, I stay in a lot of hotels just as I travel around. Again, I sort of don't see it. I really don't. The the Hyatt Regency, I believe, is accessible as well. But I mean, it's so great to see that there is a villa in Sanoa which is very accessible and a lot slower or a slow-paced environment in Bali. But what I really like about Sanoa is it's close to things. You can get to Ubud quicker. You can get to East Bali quicker.
You're right.
You don't want to go to Canggu at all.
I don't want to go to Canggu.
Nothing against Canggu, right? But from an accessibility point of view,
yeah,
it's so much easier on this side. But let's keep going through the house in the villa and keep exploring. So let's keep going. Farah, this must be a highlight. You've got your own massage room.
Yep.
Talk me through this.
This is a massage room, a highly requested one. Before, the guests would always ask for a massage and we'll do it in their rooms, but you know, the bed can get oily and stuff. So by demand, we got a little massage table. We'll put a cloth over it. We'll call our go-to massage lady and tell her, please come, our guest needs a massage.
That is fantastic. And I can see the table is quite short as well to help with getting people on. And would you bring the mobile hoist to help them to it?
Exactly.
That's fantastic. I never would have thought of that as an added incentive. Because if you think you come to Bali, everyone gets massages.
Everyone loves massages.
Who doesn't? I love a massage, right?
Imagine having a massage with the rain in the background, the trees next to you. Super.
So massage room, we've got 2 accessible rooms that have been built specifically for people with accessibility needs, and then we have a room that's not accessible.
Yep.
Great. So there's a lot of options here for people that do need that accessibility assistance. And I do want to ask you about that pool because that pool looks very inviting.
Oh, it is.
Let's have a look at the pool. The swimming pool, super inviting, right next to the massage room.
Yep.
Tell me about the pool.
The pool is a really big pool. It's pretty deep on that end. There are steps on that end for obviously the able-bodied. How else are you going to get into a pool? You pretty much have pool access all throughout because it's the middle of everything. And for those in a wheelchair, we have that electric pool hoist, again with the sling that slits right under you in a wheelchair, hooks it on and lifts you up. into the pool.
That's fantastic. And I've noticed that the path of the tiles, they're non-slip. Like everywhere you go, it seems to be they're slip tiles, which is crazy. I don't know why people do that. But yeah, was that on purpose you did that?
Oh yeah, it was very much intentional, not just, you know, for the wheelchair users, but for elderly. Like my dad would appreciate the non-slip a lot. He walks with a walking stick, and you know, who doesn't want non-slip tiles? I don't want to slip.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another one of those crazy things you see. You know, I tell people, they say, what should I bring to Bali? I say non-slip shoes. They're like, why? I said, because you will slip over in the street when you're walking. They don't think about it. And I actually had a lady call me the other night, and she booked our brewery tour, and she had to cancel. She rang me, she said, I have to cancel the brewery tour because I'd slipped over last night in Garlic Lane over in Legian, and I'm in hospital with a dislocated hip.
Oh gosh. Well, tell her she can come here.
Yeah, absolutely, she can come here. But yeah, so bringing non-slip shoes, but having non-slip tiles is it's just, you guys just seem to be ticking every box of what needs to be in place. This is 100% not a Bali villa. This is like a Western villa in Bali. You know, it's and as bad as that sounds to say, but that's just the reality of life here. It's just things aren't built to the standards of like a Western country that has those regulations for those with accessibility requirements. It's just so amazing. I congratulate you and your family for this small little business. I think it's fantastic.
Thank you. Of course, we try to raise awareness for disability, accessibility, mobility, and all things surrounding that, because it's, again, so overlooked, and we want to raise awareness and let people know that like this is a thing that you need to focus on. And even if you're not like disabled, like paralyzed, when you're older, you would appreciate these things like no steps and like easy access to your bed and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It really is. It's great. Let's keep exploring.
Okay.
Kitchen is the heart of all villas. Everything happens in a kitchen, and you've got that pool view. Tell us about what you've done here in the kitchen to help it be accessible.
The kitchen is a pretty standard kitchen. It's wide enough, obviously, if a wheelchair would like to pass through. But we have found that with our guests, they don't really choose to cook. And we do serve breakfast here every morning. It's included in our price. So they don't really need to cook, but that dining table there, they can easily wheel in. It's at the perfect height, not too low, not too high for them.
So having that help on hand, I guess I wanted to ask you about the help. Do you provide carers, or do you provide assistants that can, so say someone wanted to come and they didn't have an assistant, is that something you can help them with?
Yes, we can definitely help them with. We actually partner with Bali One Care, and they are the ones who we contact, like, oh, my guest needs a carer, can you provide this? And the guests always mention before they book, I'm gonna need a carer, this many carers at these hours. They're always prepared and telling me all this information before they come.
And the carer stays on site?
If that's necessary, yes, but usually no. They just, usually in the mornings when they need to get ready, they help them shower, you know, or at night before bed and stuff.
And so you provide a cooked breakfast. Can you also provide a chef to come and cook dinner if they want to have dinner and so forth?
Yeah. It will be the same chef who does the breakfast. The staff kitchen is in the back, and this is the guest kitchen, of course, for the family members if they want to cook. So we keep it clean.
You've got two kitchens.
Yeah, so there's a kitchen in the back for the staff to cook the breakfast.
Fantastic.
And we'll bring it inside.
It's brilliant. And it's a little bit of a trickle of rain now, but it's so peaceful. And the other thing you notice is it's so quiet.
Yeah.
There's no real noise.
I love it because it's just off the main road of Sanur, you know, Danau Tamblingan, and the Icon Mall is just right there, easy access to the beach. I love how central it is, but so peaceful at the same time.
Yeah. And it is part of a villa complex as well, isn't it? It's great. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for showing us through and welcoming us in today.
Welcome.
I've had so much fun to learn about Villa G. So give yourself a plug. The place is called
Accessible Villa G at Elora Villas. We're located in Jalan Danau Tamblingan, right across Icon Mall.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Farah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Big thank you to Farah and the team at Villa G for allowing us to come along and showcase their villa. As you saw, it is a remarkable place. Now, it was raining when we were there, and I have been there when it's not raining, and I have swam in that swimming pool. I did not pee in the pool. I swam in the pool and I had a great time. So if you're thinking of coming to Bali and you do have accessible needs, or you know someone that may have accessible needs, highly recommend checking out Villa G. Balinese culture, as you know, and you're probably familiar with, is extremely interesting. Did you know, though, that there is a small family-owned and ran business located in Bali that specialises in everything Balinese culture? This business is called Experience Bali Culture and is run by Komang and her husband Chris and their beautiful daughter as well. In fact, by the time this comes out, Komang might be pretty close to giving birth to her second baby. And I'm so excited I get to share this with you because it is a very small business. And Komang is from the area or a village up in Kintamani where some of their practices are not quite as common as some of the other villages around Bali. She invited us to come down and showcase her business. And this, my friends, is our business of the week. Hello everybody, welcome to Kuta. Today I'm going to take you on a Balinese cultural adventure. I'm going to meet Komang and her husband Chris, who run Experience Bali Culture, which is a small family-owned business and is an immersion into Balinese culture. This program is perfect for kids, adults, teenagers, everybody and anybody who's interested in knowing more about Bali culture. So let's go meet Komang and Chris now and learn as much as we possibly can.
Welcome to EBC Experience Bali Culture. So today we will run 2 hours cultural workshop. In the first 1 hour, we will talk about Balinese village. This is about my village in Northern Bali. And then after this, we also will talk about Balinese spirit, ghosts, and black magic in Bali. Another half an hour, we will make Balinese offering. I will show you, and I also will teach you how to make the Balinese offering. And my village is high in the mountain, next to the Mount Agung. In my village, we cannot plant rice like other village in Bali because my village is called quiet dry village. So we don't have enough water. Usually we still use rainwater for everything. Most of my family making brown sugar. Yeah, but other people in my village making the Balinese alcohol. This is have 2 types. The first one is called tuak. This is made from palm tree or palm sugar. And then the next one is arak. This is made from rice wine, yeah, like rice wine. In Bali, in some villages in Bali, if someone have a twin, we need to celebrate the twin every 6 months in Balinese calendar. And usually they also have a temple. Yeah, because a twin is like something special from a god or something like this. So that is why we need to treat the twin is more special than a normal person. Yeah, this old temple is for my grandpa. My grandpa are twin, but they don't have a real twin. They have a spirit twin. Why we call they have a spirit twin? Because when their mom pregnant, one baby is die, and then one still alive. This is my grandpa, but they still have a twin. This is a spirit twin. And then we still do the ceremony every 6 months in Balinese calendar. My grandpa already died a long time ago, already passed away. So, but we still keep doing the ceremony until now to remember that person. Yeah. make brown sugar. So after they collect the syrup from the top, they need to cook the syrup after. This job is quite dangerous. Yeah, some people fall from this tree and then they die. You can you see the small step? Yeah. This tree would is quite old tree already, maybe around 100 years old. Okay. This is the cow in the village. The cow in Bali and other different countries is very different. Usually the cow in my village just stay in the small house like this. We don't take the cow up to the mountain. Yeah, because the roads are very bad, so we don't want cow crash or something like this. So we just put the cow in the small house like this, and then we usually carry the grass from the mountain to feed the cow. And this is my auntie. Their job is to cook the syrup, maybe for 6 to 7 hours. You can see this is the brown sugar. After they cook, they will caramelize. After this, they will change a brown sugar and they will put in the small basket and then sell to the traditional market. Have you seen cremation ceremony before?
I have, not like this. I haven't seen one live. I'd love to see one, but I understand they're very expensive.
Yeah, very expensive ceremony. Yeah, I will explain a little bit, maybe like in the city or the royal family or rich family, they usually do every one people dead, they will make a cremation ceremony. Yeah, but in my village, we do a little bit different because, you know, the cremation ceremony is very expensive, so not so many rich people in my village. So we usually do every 7 years. So when someone dead in my family, for example, so we will bury the body. Yeah, and then we need wait for 7 years to do a cremation ceremony. We don't dig. In my village, we don't dig up the body. But maybe in some village, yeah, in some village they will dig up the body. But in my village, we don't dig up the body. We do a little bit different. We make a small doll, and then we carry this doll to the cemetery, and then we do ceremony, like to make their spirit go inside the doll, and we will burn the doll. Yeah, we don't dig up the body. Yeah, so every village a bit different. Yeah, yeah. This ceremony spend lots of money. This is already 4 years ago. This is spent more than 600 million rupiah, like around 60,000 Australian dollar, more than that. This a little bit about Bali Hindu. Bali Hindu are different than Indian Hindu. We believe we are surrounded by spirit and ghosts. In this island, we believe some spirit may be in some special place. For example, the famous one may be a tree spirit, for example, or a spirit temple or something like this. Have you seen a spirit tree? Yeah, for example, like this? Yeah, yeah, the tree with a black and white sarung. That is mean this tree have a spirit. And usually, this tree always have a story behind that, and usually already from a long time ago. And usually, just a local people know about the story. Yeah, and so that is why they put a sarung, so the people not from this village, so know this tree have a spirit. So then, so they not do a bad thing around the tree area, something like this. I will show you. This is like a rule. So we usually follow this rule, how to put the color of the flowers in the offering. For example, like in the east area, that is usually white. This is the white one. This is local flowers. The white one, the purple, and the red one we call pacah flowers in Bali, bunga pacah. And then this is hydrangeas, this marigolds, and this from pandan leaf, we call kembang rampe. And in the east, that is a symbol of Iswara God, So you need to put white, or sometimes we put a pink color. Yeah, if we don't have the white one. And in the north, that is symbol of Vishnu God. Vishnu is a symbol of dark color. Sometimes we also can put different color, yeah, not always purple. We also can put blue or green or black, yeah. And then over here in the west side, this is symbol of Mahadeva God. You need to put the marigold or yellow or orange. Yeah. And then over here in the south or in the bottom is a symbol of Brahma. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, right. This is symbol of Brahma. Usually we put red color. And then in the middle we put kembang rampe. This is kembang rampe made from pandan leaf. And we put in the middle, this is symbol of Siwa God.
I have just completed a Bali Cultural Experience with Komang and Chris here at the Experience Bali Culture Centre in Kuta. Highly recommend you do this. It's great for kids, it's great for adults, it's great for anyone that is interested in learning about Balinese culture. Komang, thank you so much for this. Chris, thank you so much. I think I look pretty good, ready to go to the temple now. I'll see you guys soon. Make sure you check it out. I'll put all the details on the screen here for you. Come and support a small family business. It is a 2-hour session. Prices start from 180,000 rupiah for kids and 200,000 rupiah for adults. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank
See you
you.
soon. Welcome back to Hey Rick Live. I hope you are enjoying the show. I'm loving the show. This is so much fun. There is so much to this show. Culture, activities. In fact, we haven't shown you the activity of the week next, so I think we might throw to that. This activity is probably something you have done before. Maybe something that might scare you a little bit. A little while ago, I went up to Ubud for the night and I went and checked out the monkey forest because it had been a very long time since I've been to the monkey forest and it has changed a little bit. But I took my camera along with me because I thought there's probably a lot of people that haven't been there for a very long time and would like to see what it looks like now. So if you're coming to Bali and you're planning a trip, I would highly recommend checking out the monkey forest because it's a lot of fun. This, my friends, is our activity of the week. What's the collective noun of a monkey? Let's call it a posse. The world famous monkey forest located here in the heart of Ubud. The monkey forest itself has had a massive makeover since the last time I was here, a huge renovation. So I'm excited to go and explore it and I can already see there are monkeys everywhere. So a couple little points that you need to know. So the monkey forest opens at 9 AM each day. The last tickets are at 5 PM. You can come by yourself, you don't need to come on a tour. So if you just want to book a driver for the day, you can come up, you can buy your tickets at the ticket counter. Now there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can go to the kiosks or you can go to the ticket counter. I went to the kiosk. The ticket for myself was 120,000 rupiah and then you just make your way down. Now a few tips, you can't bring food with you. You need to watch your belongings because these monkeys are very, very cheeky and they will grab your stuff. You can see they're starting to walk out now. So this is the entryway. So let's go in together. So you do walk through a cave to get down into the monkey forest. But before you're even in the cave, there are monkeys all around you. Up in the trees, walking along the ledges. Now, I don't know how I feel about monkeys, so this will be fun. As you walk through the cave, you'll notice there's reliefs on both the right-hand side and on the left-hand side. Now, the ones on the right-hand side that you walk past are the welcoming ones. These ones are here to welcome you to the monkey forest. On the left-hand side, because you're going through the exit, these are the reliefs that are sending you off and saying, have a safe journey and thank you for coming and visiting such a sacred place. Now, people don't understand the monkey forest actually is a very sacred space in Bali. It's great that the tourists can come here, but the monkeys do have right of way. Let's just say that. Now, if you are scared of monkeys, maybe don't come here. But in all seriousness, there are guides around the whole monkey forest. They're there to help you if in case you do need some help. They will help scare the monkeys off and tell them and shoo them away and go shh, 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 like that. But just stay well clear of them if you are scared of them. Now I get it, the small monkeys, like this one here, they are very, very cute. Now you've got to remember, these monkeys are wild animals and they are part of a family. So don't get sucked in thinking you can pat them. Do not try and pat them. If you want some help with taking a photo with the monkey, the guides who are very, very helpful, they will help you feed a monkey and take photos of you feeding a monkey. I mean, these monkeys are so crazy. This one here is drinking Red Bull. Within this monkey forest, there are more than 1,200 individual monkeys. Now those monkeys are separated into 10 groups that are spread out all over this particular forest. They are very territorial, meaning if one monkey from one group comes across to another area, it does cause a lot of problems. And the guides say, or the staff that work here, were telling me that, oh my God, they're everywhere, that it does get into some big fights. Now the monkeys at the moment have all just been fed, so they're pretty docile and they are looking after themselves. But if you come here during the day when they haven't been fed, they do look for food on you. The monkeys are fed 9 times a day. They get their breakfast at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then throughout the day they are just randomly given food, and the last meal is about 5 o'clock. Now the monkeys eat everything from bananas, potatoes, sweet potato, corn, watermelon, banana leaves, and a few other different types or varieties of fruit. If it's really, really hot and when you walk in and you can't find the monkeys, head down to this area here, which is about halfway through, because most of the monkeys will be hanging out in the pool. When you get down to the center point of the monkey forest, you are going to be met with this humongous tree that you can see behind me. Now you'll notice that there is a red cloth wrapped around this tree. Now this particular tree is said to be over 100 years old and is a very special tree within the monkey forest. Now the red cloth that's wrapped around it is a little symbol or a little recognition of Brahma, the creator. So this particular tree is in fact a very spiritual tree. Another tip for you when you do come to the monkey forest, if for any reason you're feeling faint, you're feeling sick, or you need first aid, they do have a first aid centre as you walk in on the left hand side, about 800 metres down the path. Good to know it's here though. When you are wandering around the monkey forest, just a couple little safety tips for you to help you. If you are really scared of them coming up to you, because they are very jumpy, just keep a safe distance from them. And if they do start to come close to you, just walk away like that. Another very important tip, don't look them directly in the eye because they will take this as a challenge, and that's the last thing you want them to do. If they look at you, just look away. You have to respect the monkeys. You're coming into their house. You don't want to torment them, and you don't want to pick a fight with a monkey. So keep your distance. Don't look them in the eye. Be respectful of their space. Now you need to remember that these monkeys are actually wild animals, and though they do look cute and you may want to pat them, do not touch the monkeys. At the very end of the walk, you will get to the holy springs, which are surrounded by these marvelous trees. I don't even know what trees they are. I'm sure there's a sign. But the roots on these trees, I'm sure somebody can help me with it. Look how gorgeous these are. And these sit above the holy natural spring, which is very sacred. So on a hot day, if you can't see any of the monkeys, they're all going to be around this area here, and there usually is a lot of fights because all of the different social groups converge on this particular area. They do hang out in their little posses. Posse of monkeys. What's the collective noun of a monkey? Let's call it a posse. Well, that's it. The monkey forest, I'll be honest, it's not for the faint-hearted. Those monkeys are pretty intimidating. They are pretty scary. But I highly recommend that you come here and check it out because it's just so beautiful. And since they've done their renovations, I reckon they've trained the monkeys a little bit because I only saw a couple of monkeys jumping on the backs of some of the tourists. Usually, well, when I first came here, there was a lot more of that kind of action. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. How much fun was the monkey forest? I tell you, when I was there, I didn't actually get it on camera, but one of the monkeys jumped onto the back. I think you saw a little bit of it. Jumped onto the back of the bag of this lady. It was at the end of the day, and he ripped something off her bag, put it in his teeth, and then ran away. Jumped up into the tree. Everybody screamed. I tried to get it, but I think I missed it. But I think there was a little bit on there that you saw. But it's exhausting work. Not only is it exhausting work, it's lots and lots and lots of fun. Speaking of exhausting things, people are coming to Bali now for lots of reasons. And some of those reasons tend to be around fitness, lifestyle, and creating a better life. If you've been up to Canggu before, you will notice that Canggu is full of gyms. In fact, when we were going out to Tanalot, we drove through the middle of Canggu and we counted 19 gyms on the main road, which we could not stop laughing because we didn't realize Canggu was so fitness orientated, but it did give me an idea. I live down in Seminyak, as you probably know, and Seminyak is quite a popular area still, and there are quite a lot of gyms in this area. So I thought I might show you some of the gyms that are here because they're very different to the gyms you would find up in Canggu. So this next little segment is about the different gyms you can find. So if you want to come to Bali and still maintain that active lifestyle and hit the gym, pump the weights and do everything you need to do, you're going to love this next little segment. This next gym, called the Bar Gym, located on Jalan Sunset, is a great little gym and a gym that I go to sometimes as well. Enjoy this and I'll see you on the other side.
Welcome to the bus.
Hello everyone, Bali has become a place of fitness and there are so many gyms scattered all around the island. I, as you know, live around the Legian and Seminyak area, and I thought it might be interesting for you to see some of the gyms that are available to you, because if you go somewhere like Canggu, you're going to be inundated with so many different types of gyms. Here in Legian and Seminyak, it's not as, how do I say it politely, influencer focused. You don't need to look like a supermodel to go to these gyms. These are just normal gyms that people go to. And one that I want to point out is this one here. This is on Galungan Sunset. It's called The Bar. It is located on Galungan Sunset, and what makes this gym fantastic is it's not going to cost you $1 million to go to it. If you are staying here for a long term, it's only about $55 for the month. If you just want to come for a single session, is a different price, a week is a different price, and so forth. Now, I'm filming this in November, just before December. I think there's going to be a price change the 1st of January. But this gym is a gym where locals come to, just as much as Boulets or foreigners come to as well. It's not a typical gym, as in there's lots of machines to use, lots of cardio equipment. You're looking at a gym that kind of more focused on using body weight exercises, almost similar CrossFit, but there's no CrossFit classes. They have a lot of free weights, a lot of squat racks, a lot of powerlifting stations, and some of the cable machines. And it is one of the gyms that I go to. So let's go and have a look at it now. Out the back of the gym is a green, relaxing area and the outdoor change rooms with showers and lockable lockers. You can see them behind me here. The gym itself, it's quite nice. I really like it because it's not intimidating. So if you just want to come and just do a workout, and you know what you're doing, just come along here and you can do your workout. There's no expectation to be looking a certain way or to be wearing certain clothes. You just come and just be you. The staff here are super helpful, and the trainers are really helpful as well. So if you have any questions at all, or you need some help with something, they'll be there to spot you, they'll be there to guide you, and they're really, really friendly. But this is a great little gym to train at if you are staying in the Legian Seminyak area. It's fantastic. I highly recommend that you come check it out, even for a day. That's one of the other things about the gyms here in Bali. You can just go from gym to gym. And when you find one that you like, stay there. It's great. Anyway, I'm gonna get my workout done. I will see you soon. Well, friends, it is that time of the week, the most important time of the week, that we look at the Bali weather next week. Last week, did you come to Bali? I want to know. Put it in the comments, send me an email, let me know if you came to Bali. Let me know if the weather was correct, because I'm pretty sure it was. I was unsure what happened on Sunday, and it was perfect weather, I tell you, because I went up to East Bali. I had the best day. There was not a drop of rain in sight. So friends, if you're coming to Bali next week, this is the weather you have to look forward to. If you're coming to Bali tomorrow, being Monday, it's going to be a top of 28 degrees and sunshine all day. Sunscreen, hat, shirt, sunglasses, bring them with you. If you're here on Tuesday, it's going to be slightly cloudy in the Seminyak area, in the Uluwatu area, but if you're up in Canggu, plenty of sun, plenty of fun. You're going to love that. Wednesday, if you're in the Seminyak Legian area, it's going to be a slight drizzle. You're looking at about 27 degrees, but that slight drizzle may not actually happen. Thursday, fine and 28 degrees. Friday, fine at 29 degrees. Saturday, it's going to creep up in temperature again, 31 degrees. And on Sunday, I'm going to predict it's going to be 27 degrees and it's going to rain. But that's okay, because you'll be going home that day. Every single day I get questions, so I thought this would be a really great segment to put into the show, Question of the Week. And I choose the questions based on how common they are. And our question this week from a lovely Anne-Marie Daniel is a question that I do get quite often. So I thought I would share this one with you. Her question is, "Hi Rick, my husband and I are moving to Bali in the next 12 months. That must be very exciting. Can you suggest how to look at leasing a villa for 12 to 24 months? Furnished." And let me tell you, so there's no real one central place for finding villas, except really Facebook. Most people list their places on Facebook, and it is very scary to know whether you're getting the right place, whether it's a scam or not a scam, because there are a lot of scams on there. So how do you actually do it? To be honest with you, at this point in time, Facebook is the best way to find something, but then you're going to need somebody on the ground who can assist you in one, checking out that the villa is real, two, making sure it's not a scam, because it is hard, because a lot of these villas will want 12 months or 24 months payment up front, and it can cause a lot of problems. So my advice to you, look on Facebook, ask around about the villa, try and come over first to find the villa yourself. Maybe come and spend 30 days here, find something, and go into negotiations that way. There are a few real estate agencies, and if you have a real estate agency, please reach out to me because I'd love to speak to you. I'd love to look at promoting you because there are so many people that are looking for villas. And try and talk to the real estate agencies here. So there are some of the big ones that you would know from Australia, but they're, to be honest with you, it is kind of all on Facebook. Where I live, I just walked into the building and said, do you have anything available? And I walked into maybe 3 or 4 buildings till I found the right one. And previously, when I have lived in a villa, I just went walking down some of the small laneways and knocking on doors. And that really is the way to do it at this point in time. So, Anne, I hope that answers your question. Anyone else, if you've got any advice for Anne, please pop your suggestion in the comments. You can reply on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and hopefully Anne will see that. But Anne, reach out to us, we'll reach out to you for your 2 free tickets to ATV up in Ubud. You can use them yourself or you can gift them to somebody else. If you have a question for Question of the Week, you can send it through to bali@rixgroup.com.au. Well friends, thank you so much for joining me on another week of Hey Rick Live. I hope you enjoyed the show this week. We had so much fun putting it all together and filming it. In fact, I'm even more excited about next week's show. So friends, until then, same time, same place. We'll see you next week on Hey Rick Live. See you soon.